Hello children, a very warm welcome again to the virtual session. Let us see what are we going to do today. We are continuing with chapter 6 part 10, physical and chemical changes. What are we learning under physical and chemical changes today? Let us see. We are learning textual exercise. So we are going to write textual exercise question answers in the notebook. We are going to write very neatly in the notebook, children. And textual exercise question answer, it's very important. You have to go through it. You have to learn these concepts very well. You have to see that you have written all the question answers in your notebook. So let us begin with textual exercise questions. First one, classify the changes involved in the following processes as physical or chemical changes. First one, photosynthesis. Second one, dissolving sugar in water. Third, burning of coal, melting of wax, beating aluminium to make aluminium foil, digestion of food. So now let us see the answers over here. First one, photosynthesis, chemical change. Then next, dissolving sugar in water, physical change, you all know. Burning of coal, chemical composition will completely change, therefore it's a chemical change. Then melting of wax, you are just melting the wax and then once you cool it down it will regain, you can easily mold it. It's just a physical change in the wax. When it is burning of a candle, then we will see that question separately. Burning of a candle, your melting of wax will be only physical change because there is no change in the chemical composition, so it's a physical change. Then beating aluminium to make aluminium foil, physical change. You are not changing the chemical composition, aluminium will remains the same. Digestion of food, chemical change. Definitely once you have your food you will not get it back. Chemical composition of the food will completely change once it is digested. Is it quite clear, children? Question 1. So let us go for question 2. State whether the following statements are true or false. In case a statement is false, write the corrected statement in your notebook. What you are going to do, you are just writing this statement, false statement, you are going to write the corrected statement in your notebook. First one, cutting a log of wood into pieces is a chemical change. True or false? You should know the answers. We have done so many examples in a day-to-day life. We have seen, you have learned all this in your previous session. So let us see the correct answer. False. Cutting a log of wood into pieces is a chemical change. False, because it's a physical change. Why? Because you are just cutting the pieces of wood. Chemical composition of the wood will not change. That's why it's a physical change, not a chemical change. That's why false. Formation of manure from leaves is a physical change. Can you make any guesses there, children? When manure is formed, there is some chemical reaction happening. So it should be a chemical change. That's why it's a physical change is false. Iron pipes coated with zinc do not get rusted easily. We have done coating of zinc, that is galvanization, and how it will help to prevent rusting. All that we have learned, we have seen the galvanization process, the method and everything, applications in detail. So what should be the right answer? True. It will definitely help to prevent rusting. So zinc will not get rusted easily. D. Iron and rust are the same substances. True or false? We have seen the chemical reaction of iron attacked by oxygen and water, and totally a different substance, rust, is formed. So let us see what is the right answer over here. False. They are not the same substance. Iron, once it is getting oxidized, you will get hydrated ferric oxide, Fe2O3 dot X molecule of water. That means any number of molecules of water attached to it. So this is totally a different product which you get after rusting of iron. That's why they are not the same. So the answer is false. Condensation of steam is not a chemical change. True or false? You should know what is a condensation process. What do you do in condensation? You are passing a steam through a cold tube which has a condenser. It is attached to water tube where it is going to cool it down. The vapor is cooling it down. So vapor cooling down and then it is converting into liquid. That is condensation. Vapors converting into liquid. Can you think of the example of water? So is it changing the chemical composition here? Can you see the answer for this? Condensation of steam is not a chemical change. So it should be true. Why? Because it is not a chemical change, it is a physical change. I hope you have understood this true or false. We will write this statement and just mention true or false. Next, we will go for filling the blanks in the following statements. You are going to write in the notebook the complete statement and underline the correct answer. You have to write the answer and underline it. First one, when carbon dioxide is passed through lime water, it turns milky due to the formation of dash. You all know, you have seen the chemical reactions. We have seen how they react. And what is lime water? Lime water is calcium hydroxide. So when carbon dioxide pass through calcium hydroxide, what will be formed? Calcium carbonate. Calcium carbonate is responsible for making the colorless lime water to turn milky. So what, due to the formation of calcium carbonate, should be the right answer. Next, the chemical name of baking soda is dash. What should be the chemical name of baking soda? So let us see, it's Na, capital N, small a, capital H, capital C, capital O, 3, that means 3 oxygen. So let us see, the chemical name is sodium hydrogen carbonate, NaHCO3. That is a chemical name of sodium hydrogen carbonate. Baking soda is commonly used because you are using in the kitchen. You are using it to in various food item like baking cake, for making pakoras. So all that way you require for fluffiness, we use sodium hydrogen carbonate, that is baking soda. Two methods by which rusting of iron can be prevented are dash and dash. What are the two very important methods to prevent rusting? Painting and galvanization. So painting and galvanization definitely will help to prevent rusting. Rusting is the process of decaying iron by the attack of moisture, that is water vapor in the air and oxygen, leading to the decay of iron, and it will give iron will become a rust or surface on the surface, rust will be formed, and that is ferric oxide, that is the unwanted undesirable substance form. So two methods, painting and galvanization, will help to protect iron. Fourth one, changes in which only dash properties of a substance change are called physical changes. This is very simple. Any guesses there? Changes in physical properties. Okay, so the physical properties changes of a substance change are called physical changes. Is it quite clear, children? Then we will see changes in which new substances are formed are called dash changes. New substances are formed where this initial substance will lose all its properties. So such substance will undergo what type of change? That is chemical changes. Very simple. I hope you are writing, children. Question number 4. When baking soda is mixed with lemon juice, bubbles are formed with the evolution of a gas. What type of change is it? Explain. Now we have seen in your virtual sessions where we have seen the reaction of baking soda with vinegar. Here it is reacting with lemon juice. There, which gas was released? Carbon dioxide gas released. Here we will see which gas is released and what type of change is it. You have to explain. Let us see. When baking soda is mixed with lemon juice, bubbles are formed with the evolution of carbon dioxide gas. Again here, you remember the volcano, the science project, the small, simple project which you can make. So the volcanic eruptions you can show because of the lots of carbon dioxide gas release when vinegar and baking soda react. So similarly here, it is reacting with lemon juice and carbon dioxide gases will be released here as well. This is a chemical change because the chemical composition of baking soda and lemon juice will all change. A lemon juice plus baking soda gives carbon dioxide plus other substances. So you have to explain all this, children. I hope this question is clear with you. When a candle burns, both physical and chemical change takes place. This is the question which I was supposed to discuss with you. Where you have melting of wax and burning of candle, how are you going to answer this? When a candle burns, both physical and chemical changes takes place, whereas melting of wax is only physical change. Identify these changes. Give another example of familiar process in which both physical and chemical changes takes place. So it is not like where one physical change is taking place, chemical change will not take place, or where you have chemical changes, physical change will not take place. Both can take place at a time, or only one can take place at a time. So we will see the possibilities and we will see why burning candle burning is both physical and chemical change. Now let us see burning of candle, physical change because melting of wax. You can again set the wax. You can again mold it. You can do remolding of the wax. Chemical composition of the wax will not change. The chemical change is what is a burning of the gas with the evolution of carbon dioxide. So when it is burning, at that time a gas is released and there happen that is carbon dioxide gas is released. That means when it is burning, the wax is acting as a fuel and it is giving out carbon dioxide. That means the chemical composition of the wax will change. So some gas will come out, therefore simultaneously it will melt as well, it will burn. The burning will change the chemical composition of some of the wax. So therefore it is both physical and chemical change at the same time. Digestion of food. This is one of the example they had asked us to write. See, give another example of familiar process where both physical and chemical changes takes place. So this is here. Digestion of food is one of the example where physical change is the breaking down of larger food molecules into smaller ones. So physical change just breaking down of the larger food molecules. Suppose you are having rice, dal, chapati and all, you are chewing it and you are breaking down into smaller parts. So when you're into smaller molecule, into simpler ones, that will be a physical change because you are just breaking it as you are tearing the paper, as you are cutting the wood. Similarly, you are chewing the food. You are making into smaller part. That's why it's a physical change. But what happened? The chemical change is the digestion of food. So once you achieve it and you swallow it, then your digestion process starts as soon as you swallow. When you swallow it, what happened? The action of HCl and enzymes in the stomach will act, and the chemical composition of the food will change. That's why it will be a chemical change. So both digestion of food, you are achieving the food, you have to break it down. That is extremely important. You just can't swallow the food like that. So physical change is breaking down of the food into smaller molecules, and chemical change will be the action of the HCl in the stomach and all the other enzymes, digestive enzymes acting on the food. Quite clear, children. How about you show that setting of curd is a chemical change? Now you must have seen if you do not keep the milk properly at home. Properly means if you don't keep it in refrigeration or if you don't boil the milk, it will get spoiled and it will become curd. It will give a very sour smell also. Why? Because there's some chemical composition has changed. So formation of curd from milk is a chemical change because the chemical composition of milk changes completely. Once a curd is done, when a curd is made, you cannot reverse the process. You just cannot get milk back from the same curd. How would you show that setting of curd is a chemical change. Setting of curd is a chemical change because curd cannot be turned back to milk. See, the properties of milk and curd are different. Definitely, you make lassi, buttermilk with curd. Okay, so you make curd ka curry also you make at home. No, children, all that you can do with curd. Milk have a different purpose. You drink milk, you drink plain milk, then you add Bonvita, you add Complan, various other supplementary nutrients you add in the milk to you add some flavor if you can't have milk, plain milk, and they have all together different properties. They provide different type of nutrients to the body. That's why the properties of milk and curd are different, and we use it for different purposes, isn't it, children? I hope you are getting it and you are writing it in your notebook, children. Thank you, children. We will continue with the textual exercise questions. A few more left. We are going to continue in the next session. Thank you and have a wonderful day. See you very soon, children.